And we welcome back another episode of NBA 2K14. And you know the last episode as the LA Lakers defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder by 5, 126 to 121 in another close battle here. And with the presentation is ready to go. In-game music is ready to avoiding copyright once again. And check out the game's players is nonsense is ready to go. But keep in mind the CPU settings right here. Keeping more steal success is 71. Steal success is annoying even he missed it. So we got the Eastern Conference dual matchup featuring the big three of the Nets, the big three of the Miami Heat, featuring the big three Brooklyn Nets led by Darren Williams, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce take on big three Miami Heat led by LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. This is the third matchup of the day between those two teams. Miami won first both games in Brooklyn, won by the Heat in another type. So that will be for the third time in Phoenix. That will be another close battle, super intense due to the steal success. So for this game, the Nets gonna use the black and the Heat gonna use the white. So that'll do it for now. This is Andrei Kingston. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video in the American Airlines Arena. And now we go to send to Kevin Harlan here in Miami. Here we go. Enjoy.
Welcome, Damon Bruce with you as we get ready for NBA action here on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday night basketball. It's the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Miami Heat. And now we send it out to American Airlines Arena. Kevin Clark and Steve are there, courtside, ready for tip-off.
We're in a place they call the American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. Right on the water, the home of the Heat, where we're broadcasting live today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Happy to have you along for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. A quick check now for starting lineups for both teams. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Darren Williams.
Yeah, Kevin, something that is right at the top of his skill set is his passing. I mean, he makes some crazy... passes, playground stuff, but it's accurate. That's the key. A lot of flair, a lot of flash, but when it leads to a basket, hey, that's the main thing.
And also, Steve, I think he's really smart with the basketball, very smart. If you're playing with him, your only job is to get open because when you do, and if you do, he'll put it on the platter for you, room service style.
You look at Brooklyn, they're down in 10th place in the East.
Well, the season series has been an exercise in futility for this club this season. They've lost both of the previous matchups. They'd like to stop that streak right now.
They don't want to go down 0-3 to these guys. I can guarantee you that. And because of that, Steve, I think we're going to see a fantastic effort here tonight. You know, one of the things about the Heat since the Big Three has come together is that they've been able to find the right kinds of veteran players to step in and fill specific roles for this team as they've won a couple of championships now.
Miami on defense. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
That's good. And it's easy to have players want to join the Heat when they're competing for an NBA title every season. But, Steve, even then, they find the ones that most fit their offensive and defensive philosophy, and that's when they're going to come up big for them.
Yeah, for sure. This team has done such a good job putting together this roster around LeBron and Wade. You think about Birdman in the playoffs last year, Battier. Coming in here as a stretch four. They just found the right players and the right mix. And that's one of the big reasons why this team is back-to-back NBA champs.
And Count the basket, he is fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. That's going to send LeBron James to the line. That's on Deron Williams. The Heat shooting their first free throw tonight. Line for one.
Last year, LeBron said that he was at his peak as a player, both physically and spiritually. You could see it in his eyes, just so confident. Even when things aren't going well, he now has the fortitude to make his way through that and continue to play and finish the game. He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
The shot goes in as the ref calls the blocking foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
5 of 5 to start the game, and it might be the second quarter before they miss the way they're knocking these shots down. Boy, everything's pure.
Well, when you think about the level that LeBron is playing at right now, Clark, do you think he still has room to improve his game?
I think it's just a matter of his experience and picking and choosing his spots. I think his skill set is fantastic, and it's just a matter of staying the course. I don't see much improvement there. He's a terrific shooter from the three, inside, from the inside, makes his free throws, passes the ball, rebounds, defends. He wants to be in that 50, 40, 90 club on his shooting percentages, and I think he'll make it happen.
I know he's still working with Ray Allen on the free throw shooting.
Yeah.
And here is Johnson after the three-pointer from Chalmers. And the shot is good from Johnson.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Wade for three. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Wade's got 5 now.
And of all the things about him that you like offensively, it's his composure that jumps out at me. The way he never gets rattled. The defense can get in him. He doesn't care. He just continues to do his thing.
And perhaps the best thing about him, Steve, is the way he takes charge down the stretch of close games. The higher the stakes, the better he plays.
He has not missed yet. 4 for 4 in this first quarter.
Setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Williams kicks to Pierce. The tray, and the net's another 3.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Raptors.
Well, they hung in there for a long time in that game, just giving themselves a chance to win at the end. But when it mattered the most, they stumbled.
Yeah, and those are the hardest losses to stomach, guys. I mean, when you play well throughout the game and then get derailed by a few missed opportunities down the stretch, that's painful.
He is remarkably hot this quarter. He has yet to miss a shot.
A platoon swap here for Brooklyn.
And stretching back to the break, here's how the Nets have performed. 3rd in steals, 4th in scoring, and they're in the top 10 in rebounding. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
Yeah, let's go back to those steals for a second, Clark. I think that's such a key aspect for this team's success because when they get out and really pressure teams and force mistakes, that allows them to get easy shots at the other end offensively.
1:22 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Cole, defended by Livingston. And Cole kicks to Battier, and that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. One of the most important things he wants his team to do defensively in this game is to maintain pressure on them on the perimeter and not allow them to get into any rhythm or flow in their long-range shooting game. We'll see how disruptive they are, Kevin.
Doris, thank you. Obviously, Clark, the three ball is a big concern for any defense.
Well, yeah, it is, Kevin, but the upside is you're not getting broken down in the lane and you're not giving them free throws, but you still have to challenge those shots.
And now here comes Cole, leading the break. Tries to save it, and out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Playing as a team so crucial. Let's see the NBA's best. The Heat in fifth.
And, you know, contrary to what we see from other teams, this team really has no interest in playing selfishly. I mean, their assist numbers show what a cohesive unit they are.
Terry against Jones. Terry kicks to Kirilenko. And that one's good.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Yeah, they've been the aggressors, Clark, and getting the ball inside into that lane area has been huge for them.
Here's Cole, right now averaging 5 points a game. Battier dishes to Cole. Here's Jones. Nice shot from the wing.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Brooklyn with the ball. 6-point game. It's Terry outside. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Both teams on fire right from the opening tip.
Pedal to the throttle, Steve, just like we like.
Back to Lewis from past the arc. And again, Miami with the triple.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the three.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Miami ahead, up by 6. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena.
Coming up next Monday night, March 17th, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. Be there.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Heat.
They've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Lewis is out there with Shane Battier. Then it's Norris Cole. Then it's Allen. And it's Oden in at center. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Stripped it away. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Cole's got the ball. The finger roll finish at the bottom.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Here is Livingston, defended by Cole. Livingston gets to Teletovic. And it's good assisting on the play with Livingston.
They were the new kid in town with all new uniforms and a new arena last season, but the Brooklyn Nets actually played at a very deliberate pace. Part of their success playing at that pace had to do with the fact that they took good care of the ball.
I thought the defense really kind of slacked off there. He's going to drill those threes when he gets a good look.
The feed to Shangeli. Banked in off the glass.
And things are going to come way too easy for him if he can get that deep post position.
I agree with you, Steve. You got to deny him the ball down there as best you can.
And if you saw the roster, makes complete sense for this Brooklyn team. They have guys that can get out and run, But they also have a group, Steve, that has big bodies and knows how to create offense in the half court.
Well, when you see that kind of balance offensively, great point guard play, center who can score, then you get the help that they were able to put together in the offseason with Garnett, Pierce, Kirilenko, Jason Terry. I mean, this is a team that really has a lot of pieces.
Lewis attacking. Back to Allen. There's the pass to Batty. Cuts off the pass. Teletovic dishes to Pierce. And the shot is good. Pierce has got his third basket of the night.
And he will take the ball right into the teeth of the defense.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Now some of the numbers NBA wingman have been putting up from the field this season are truly impressive. Have a look at the top shooters among them. LeBron James, number 1.
And when you've got a player like him who can shoot that well, not at center, but at small forward, it gives you a remarkably dependable option every time down the floor.
That is so true, Steve. From 5 feet, 10 feet, 20 feet, his touch is really on target from any distance. You know, you look at Paul Pierce and his body doesn't speak strength. He doesn't have a ton of definition, but you watch him finish against bigger players on a consistent basis. It's not until you bump into him that you recognize how power-packed he is and how strong he is.
The Nets making a switch here. I just checked in.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his third for the game. His second in this quarter.
Count the bucket. Watch has got his second bucket of the night.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
LeBron passes to Will. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. 8 points for Dwayne Wade. And Pierce, 6'7", 235. He uses that size and strength always has. A good rebounder, tough defender. He has been this wonderful player.
Yeah, and you think about his matchups against LeBron James in the playoffs over the years. Here's one of the few wings who wasn't overpowered by James, just a sign of how strong he is.
For Miami, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Outside Williams, Garnett, rejected by Hazel. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Wade kicks to LeBron. And the Heat, another 3.
It seems like they've given up far too many points from the three-point shot today. A lot of open looks out there.
I agree, Steve. The defensive rotations have been abysmal. You know, no denying it's been a heck of a run the last few years for the Heat, but you can't help but wonder if the impending 2014 summer of free agency could be the end of it all. The big three came together in a flash of lightning, it seemed, but it could end just as fast if one or all decide to opt out.
The Heat on offense. They're on a 17-6 run. Wade uses the glass. Wade's got 8 points here in this quarter.
So nice to have a guy like that who can take charge at any time.
Yeah, so many of his passes, Steve, have led directly to baskets.
And Clark, as you were saying, the trio of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh all have options in their contracts to become free agents in 2014 if they choose to. And, Steve, you have to think that at least 1 or 2 of them might exercise that right.
Well, you know LeBron will, because he's the most underpaid athlete probably in the history of sports. He's worth 10 times what he makes. But it's going to be interesting to see what Miami does here the next couple of years with their roster.
Williams dishes to Pierce. Johnson from outside. And the Nets, another 3.
And he continues to knock down shot after shot. A perfect shooting day for him so far.
Just his first attempt. Garnett with the block. Pierce kicks to Williams. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
And a new group in for the Nets. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Well, you got to admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season, shooting better than 90% from the stripe.
And I'll tell you guys, I mean, to see the improvement he's made in his free throw shooting in the space of just one season, I think it's been remarkable. Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
No good. And so we wrap up the first half. Heat lead by 15. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. So good to have you along on 2K Sports as the season nears its end. Let's check out what's going on. The Heat have just been all over the court. They're racking up the assists, great passing in the early going. For LeBron, it's been way too easy against this Nets defense. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. For the Nets, though, they've looked out of sync. They've been getting roundly outplayed up to this point, and they'll need a bounce-back effort to make up for it in the second half. A tremendous first half for Joe Johnson. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. Let's start off with a peek at some games scheduled for later on. The Charlotte Bobcats will go up against the Wizards in our nation's capital. A 7 p.m. Eastern tip time is set. And one game also on the docket. It'll be the Magic out at Amway Center against the Nuggets. Tip-off is at 7 Eastern. And to look now at the rest of the action from around the NBA. It'll be the Pistons up against the Raptors in Toronto. Fans are going to be pumped for that one. Start time, 7 o'clock Eastern. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A look here at the fast-growing downtown of Miami, Florida, as we return to action. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
Yeah, the magic touch with the ball. He just made great decisions, piling up the assists there in the first half, really doing a nice job for his teammates.
You know, it isn't a very common occurrence, Steve. Typically, he's more likely to be on the receiving end of the pass, but so far, it's been the other way around here.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all filled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Nets. On the perimeter, the all-star trio of Williams, Johnson, and Pierce. Garnett out there at watch.
Well, Kevin, in the NBA, you've got lots of shooters, but only so many shot creators, and he's one of them.
Yeah, you love to have a guy like him with the ball shot clock running down and just let him go to work. He is a shot manufacturer late in the game.
Johnson with it, and Bosch picks him up defensively. Johnson, the pass to Pierce. Back to Johnson. And it's blocked by Bosch. They push it up, 4-on-3. Feeds it to Chalmers. Fires from deep. And the Heat at number 3.
Well, you know, with LeBron James as the main post threat on Miami, the outside shooting touch of Chris Bosh fits perfectly to help him space the floor. And he continues to expand his range.
Backing him down is Johnson. Fires from 14, and the jumper is on the mark. Johnson's got 21 in the game.
Well, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. His teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
We talk about Bosch in his shooting range. He's trying to develop a reliable three-point shot as well.
Well, it's happened. In the playoffs last year, he shot a lot of threes. It's kind of a function of the Miami offense, trying to provide floor spacing for LeBron and Wade. But in some ways, it takes Bosch away from what's made him good, too, the slashing and the ability to score around the basket. I like the way they've played here in the first half. Just an intelligent floor game, getting good shots.
The numbers certainly back that up. They're shooting a much better percentage. Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
The drive by Wade. Brooklyn with the rebound. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
Well, they hung in there for a long time in that game, just giving themselves a chance to win at the end. But when it mattered the most, they stumbled.
Yeah, and those are the hardest losses to stomach, guys. I mean, When you play well throughout the game and then get derailed by a few missed opportunities down the stretch, that's painful.
And the basket by Chalmers.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Why don't we take this chance now to show you the most active ring defenders in the league? These are this season's steals leaders at small forward. Fifth on the list, LeBron James.
You know, if you're an opposing small forward, this could also be called a list of the league's most annoying players because they will be in your jersey all night when you're up against them.
And they're not just good on-the-ball defenders. They'll torment the players they're not guarding. A lot of those steals are the result of passes he gets his hands on away from the ball.
Wade, spinning free is Garnett. Wade gets the bucket. Wade's got 17.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Johnson outside. He feeds it to Livingston. Kicks it out to Johnson. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. Livingston's got 5 assists tonight.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
LeBron outside. A 3. Rebound, Brooklyn.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication, has really become an outstanding coach.
What a quarter for him at the offensive end. He's ignored the scoreboard and continued to go out there and do his thing.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Some changes for Brooklyn. Third quarter action in just under 3.5 minutes of gone. Gets it to go. Allen's got his second bucket tonight. And back to coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Williams dishes to Livingston. Makes the lead pass. Evans' shot is good.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
And Cole kicks to Allen. Lewis. And again, Miami with the triple.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the third. Williams attacking. Oden with the play. Here's Lewis. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. Lewis has got 11 points.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Here is Livingston, defended by Cole. Here's Lewis. Evans grabs the board.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Here's Livingston. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Well, through 3/4 of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Heat out front, up by 16. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter.
On tap next Monday, March 17th, the Philadelphia 76ers go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Be there.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show. And a look at the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat?
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on it.
Chalmers and D. Wayne are the guards. LeBron James is out there with Shane Battier, and it's Bosh in at the 5. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Wade fires. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And that's 19 points for Dwayne Wade.
How many times have you seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assists as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team. Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Here's Johnson, and that one's good. Johnson's got 30.
You know, they're being very one-dimensional right now, going to the post every time, but if it works, you don't need another dimension.
Well, they're taking this defense to task, quite honestly. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Backing down is LeBron. And another basket for Miami.
I tell you, he's really carrying a lot of the load offensively, and that's almost always good news for them.
Jason Terry is checked in for Joe Johnson. Nets trail by 16. On the wing, Williams. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
That whistle got a big response from this crowd, and it is not a favorable one, let's say.
I'll tell you what, the fans can't believe that they made that call.
Well, it's been an interesting few years for Darren Williams and a lot of controversy involving his coaches. So Williams looking for stability and also, I think, looking for maybe an improved reputation as this season unfolds.
Here's LeBron, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll throw to the line. Well, back Williams Clark in the coaching change. Do you think he had a hand in that at all? It's so hard to speculate.
It really is, Kevin. I agree with you there. I think it's overblown, quite honestly. You have to remember playing in the Big Apple, the storylines will abound, true or not, and they sometimes can take on a life of their own.
Well, the same thing happened to Utah now, too, under him.
Yeah, well, again, I think some of that, there may have been a little bit to it, but again, I think overblown is the best way to look at it.
Here's LeBron. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And here's another thing about him, Steve. Every time he gets his hands on the ball in the backcourt, he's a one-man fast break.
Shane Battier is checked in for Chris Anderson. Pierce's shot is good.
Well, no defense. He didn't really need to do the double pump.
The Heat leading by 19 points. Wade outside. Good. Wade's got 21 in the game.
Oh, this is getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this run going much longer.
I tell you what, Steve, it's already lasted longer than I thought possible.
Took him no time at all on that one. For Miami, they've gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. And they double him up with LeBron. And it's Miami with another.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Pierce. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. Williams has got assist number 8 here in this one already. And Chalmers kicks to Battier. T-Wade on the wing. Launches a 3. And the Heat another 3.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Terry kicks to Williams. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the refs saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for the Heat.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Brooklyn's gone 7 of 10 shooting from three-point land tonight. Excellent numbers from outside. Stolen by Bosh.
Well, it's a wrap, fellas. No way you come back in this one.
Not anymore. Any chance of that happening went out the window a while ago.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And it's Terry off the drive. That's good.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
The Heat leading by 22. And Bosch backs down. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Shane Battier is checked in for Haslem. Lewis comes in for LeBron. Ray Allen is checked in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. Good ball movement here by Miami. Lewis attacking. There's the bucket. Good.
And a terrific run to really put this ball game away.
And now let's see how many more points they can throw up there before the horn sounds.
Livingston passes to Terry. Livingston kicks to Evans. Doubled by Bosch. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
The Heat making a switch here. Oden's checked in. Gets it to go.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
Gets the bucket.
And the fans loving what's transpired here tonight. A really good victory for these guys.
Sure was. I mean, they did just what they needed to do to keep the visitors from getting any momentum going at all. That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Miami's on 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Cole's shot is good.
And I like that move to the hoop. To use your speed, go around the bigger defender.
Cole's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Here is Livingston. Here's Terry. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston.
That is a terrific effort on the shot. He's giving up a lot of size, but still finds a way to score.
I don't think that affected him in the least, though, Steve. I mean, he made it look like he was the bigger guy.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
So another win for the Miami Heat. They take it away. They defeat the Brooklyn Nets by 17, 118 95. LeBron James got 34 points. Dwayne Wade got 26. John Johnson got 30 points in a huge night for the Miami as they take down the Brooklyn Nets. So now we're gonna skip from Nuggets Magic to the Warriors Clippers. So let's check out right here. We got the Nuggets Magic. Oladipo got 22, and even Chandler got 17. McGee got 60, and Nate Robinson got 10. Robinson's gonna easy Kings and Sixers win by almost. Actually, that's not almost. By 50 by 54 points. Jason Richardson got 33 and 9. Young got 29. Turner got 25. Noel got 20. Other hand, Thornton got 28. Landry got 18 and 10. Pistons and the Raptors, and Pistons win for improved 10 wins over the Raptors. 20 points for Kyle Lowry, and Maroon got 29. Andre Drummond didn't get double-double. Even Hamilton and Jennings forget double-double. So Bobcats and the Wizards, and the Bobcats improved record by 5 wins. Owner Porter got 26. Jefferson got 22. Kit Yokers got 21. Grizzlies and the Pelicans, and Grizzlies win. Davis got 20, and why Miller did not play, unfortunately. And Conley not get triple. Well, no, that's not Conley. Marc Gasol got triple double, but failure. But 3 players Grizzlies share with 18 points: Prince, Allen, and Conley. Mavericks and the Jazz, and Mavericks win and still on a roll. 31 points for Richard Jefferson. Alec Burks got 20, 15-11 by Trey Burke, and Dirk Nowitzki 28. David Harris got 26. Cavaliers and the Suns. And Suns got win. 29 points for Caron Butler. 23-11 for Eric Bledsoe. Markieff Morris and Dragic got 22. Dragic trying to get triple-double away. 21 and 9 for Kyrie Irving. Alonzo G got 19. Knicks and the Celtics. And Celtics win. 33 points for Jeff Green. 31 and 9 for Jerome Wallace. 17 points for Brandon Bass. 16 and 12 for Rajon Rondo. J.R. Smith got 33 and Felton got 20. And last but not least, Warriors and the Clippers, and the Warriors win. 32 points for Blake Griffin. Stephen Curry got 28 and 12. Douglas got 20 points. So, and then we save house now. We'll wrap up here for the first night, the first game of the doubleheader. And coming up next, second game of the night in San Antonio, we got a Western Conference battle featuring Damian Lillard of the Portland Trail Blazers take on San Antonio Spurs, led by Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs. So that will wrap up tonight. This is Andrei Kenshin as the Miami Heat defeat the Portland Trail Blazers, and the Miami Heat defeat the Brooklyn Nets by 18, 118 to 95. This is Andrei Kenshin. Say so long from American Airlines Arena. We'll see you later for the second game here in AT&T Center in San Antonio for the Portland Trail Blazers and the San Antonio Spurs. Sign up and peace out. Goodbye, and we'll see you later for the second game.